Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Today we're going to be doing a recreation of the Battle of Gaugamela, well, as good as I can recreate it in the game. And this was fought in 331 BC between Alexander the Great and Darius III. And it resulted in a victory for the Macedonians and pretty much complete conquest of Mesopotamia, Babylon, etc., half of Persia, and yeah, so it was a huge, huge conquest for Alexander the Great. I thought this would be quite an interesting and fun one to do. I know it was kind of recreated kind of in the Alexander movie back in, what, 2004? Not a big fan of that movie, personally, but the battle scenes were awesome. So the numbers are definitely heavily favoured in the Persian army. They outnumber the Macedonians around 2 to 1. I've tried to make the compositions a little bit similar to the actual battle, but, you know, I can't really make it exact. But we're going to jump into the battle now. I also wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with me the next 10 days. So I'm flying back to England on Sunday. I'm going to try and get as many videos recorded, well, Friday evening and during the day on Saturday as I can. But there may be days where there won't be an upload, as I'll be visiting family and renewing my passport so I can get a student visa. So as you may know, I'm going back into education, so that's all part of the process. So let's zoom out. So these are Darius's elephants. I've used them before. They are just the T-Rex models, but that's the closest I can get to an elephant. And here we have the army compositions. We have the Macedonians here forming their kind of phalanx before they charge, and bringing up the rear are the Spartans. That sounds a little bit innuendo-ish, but it wasn't meant to. And then the cavalry on both sides is quite small. The cavalry can kind of affect the battle, but I'm going to try my best not to interfere into this one. I shouldn't really need to with both forces attacking and there aren't any archers, so they should just charge towards each other and have a good old brawl. So if you're happy to see Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator back on the channel, of course, let me know in the comments below. Leave suggestions for future scenarios. I will be recording a couple to tide you over when I'm away. And, of course, leave a like if you're that way inclined. So without further ado, let us click on the old Start Battle. And we see the elephants charging straight forward into the phalanx. But then I don't think they're going to cause too much damage. They are the kind of the weakened elephants that I have put, like, I basically customized that. The rest of the army stats are the same. I haven't actually made any edits to that. So the death count seems pretty standard at the moment. The spearmen should have the advantage because they do have like longer reach. Hence why I only gave the Macedonian force 2,000 Spartans. But this is a kind of a vast host of Persians. And at the moment, it looks like, in terms of like numbers, the Macedonians are slightly edging it, but you know that can all change and probably will change throughout the battle. Here we go. Here we can see the lines clashing. Let's just put this into slow-mo actually. You can kind of see, if I just pop myself in one of the spearmen here, the block chance they have is very good. But if the Persians can get close, they will take out a lot of... Wait, I think I've messed up my word there. If the Persians get close, they can take out a lot of the Macedonians. My mind was kind of through it. I've been in LA the past couple of days, and I literally just got back about an hour ago, and my brain is kind of fried. There were lots of flight delays, etc., which resulted in me sitting in an airport, and my travel time, which should have been about, like, I guess from airport to airport, maybe 5 hours, but it's kind of been about 8 or 9 hours. So my brain is just a little bit like bleh. So let's take a little look. Zoom right out of the battle. We can kind of see the lines clashing. It looks like, at least where the elephants hit part of the Macedonian line, that the Spartans will have to try and hold the centre here. And the Spartans are trying to push through to the front. I guess these are Alexander's kind of elite troops. But the phalanx is holding pretty well. At the moment, it's looking like it's kill for kill. But the Spartans have not engaged. The Macedon's elite, I'll try and refer them as. The cavalry engagement seems to be just like, you know, playing out. It was 500 against 500 on each flank. So we'll have to see how that goes. Also, I know, like, it's not popular for me when I take control of units, but if I want to, I'm going to, and I'm probably going to ignore comments telling me to stop doing that, because you know what, I've got to have fun recording this, and I intend to, so I will pretty much do whatever the heck I wish. So apologies if that annoys some of you, but you know, I'm just going to do what's best for me, and hopefully you will enjoy watching. And also, many thanks for helping me reach 70,000 subscribers. That is a blimmin' insane number, and it's just amazing. So thank you all so much for helping me reach that number. It's simply amazing. And you know, when I started YouTube years ago, I didn't actually think I'd get to the point where I have a channel larger than a lot of pounds. So it's pretty epic. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you, and hopefully you'll keep enjoying the content in the future. Also, to go while this battle is kind of playing out, there's not really a whole lot I can commentate on. It's just two armies clashing, and we'll have to see how it ends up. But it looks like the Spartans, it looks like the Persians are going down a bit quicker now that some of the Macedon's elite have engaged. Looks like the cavalry battle, went the way of Darius's force here. Only a few remain though. It shouldn't cause too much of a problem to the Spartans and the spearmen. They are kind of in a phalanx formation. But I do want to start doing more edited content again. It's just at the moment where I work full time, and I also need to try and save up as much money as possible before I move across the country to go back to school. I need to generate as much revenue as possible. So I don't have a whole lot of time to dedicate to doing edited style videos, but that is something that I'd like to look at if I have a bit more time when I'm back, once I've moved and seeing how my school schedule is. That's something that I would like to do, as I definitely would get a bit more satisfaction, just for myself, really. So I know a lot of you do enjoy this kind of content, and you know, it is a lot of fun just doing it. But it's when I don't spend too much time editing, it's just I don't know. My personal preference would be to do slightly more edited style content, and I think I'm going to try and do that in future. So hopefully that sounds good for you, ladies and gentlemen. I do like how we've almost got a phalanx. It's like, it's not exactly completely accurate, but we've got a short little phalanx, not the Macedonian really long kind of pikes, unfortunately. Maybe one day when we get some more units in the game. Okay, well, the cavalry attack appears to have been finished, and we're pushing a little bit on the right flank. However, the numbers are very thin here. In the centre, they're still pretty decent. However, the core right in the centre is pretty much the Macedon's elite, and I think that's driving a lot of the kills now. Yeah, if they can just like keep on tearing through here. Although a few of them are going down. They're going down pretty quickly. But the Spartans can definitely attack. And they do have the range on the Spartans too. They do have the range on the Persians. But I think this might go the way of history today. Oh, they've completely destroyed the Persian flank here, and it looks like it might be a slight envelopment. If the Persians can get some forces to match them, but oh my gosh, the numbers are even Stevens now. The lines are just starting to absolutely collapse on the Persian side, that is. See, whenever I go away and not record for a few days, I find that like my commentary is just all over the place. It is anyway, and I get a lot of people telling me they need to turn the audio off because they can't stand my voice, but my name is Alex the Rambler, so surely that should give you a slight hint at the kind of content you'll get here. So, I ramble a lot, and I probably will never change that. So the battle is still going like along the full width of the battlefield. It looks like the Persians are still holding onto this flank, but they are being pushed back. The centre is starting to bulge into the Persians a bit more. I really love like the look of the phalanx where they're just trying to hold against the Persian assault. The Persians have that was the guy who was meant to have 150 health, and these only have 100 health. compared to the Spartans. I think they had 250, but their block chance is at 98%, I think. So that's huge. And it looks like they're still pushing heavy on this flank, and they're continuing to envelop the Persian position. And it looks like Darius might fall this day. Macedons have taken over 50% casualties, which, gosh giddly darn, is a lot of troops. I think if I didn't put the Spartans in, this could have gone the way of the Persians, but I didn't want just to have spearmen in. I originally had 1,000 Spartans, but I bumped it up to 2,000. I'm not sure it's made that much difference because a lot of them aren't even engaged. You know, only a few are engaged. It's just this main centre here that continues to push, and I think that's just going to bulge out of control. There are so many innuendos. Oh my gosh. I don't even mean to do them, they just kind of happen. Embrace it. Embrace the innuendos. But it looks like, yeah, that, oh my gosh, that bolt is just ploughing on through this final bit of Persian resistance. But you can see, oh god, that's collapsed. That whole flank has just been decimated. And there we have it. The Macedonians have got victory today, as per history. Not sure if it was an incredibly balanced scenario. So what I'll do, I'll just go in and tweak it slightly. You can see me tweak it live. So you can see exactly what I do. Just the last cluster of Persians getting annihilated there. Oh, there's one fella remaining. Where is he? Ah. Okay, well, I imagine that could be Darius. Once more into the night. Well, no. Okay, Darius is dead. Good job, lads. Good job. So let's exit to the menu. I'm going to plonk some more elephants in. Because at the moment, they only started off with 20. So let's bump this up to, I guess, like 100 elephants. That might just plough on through the initial line. And I think that if we reduce the Spartans to maybe 1,000, not 100, and just see how this affects the scenario. I might not play it all the way through, just wanted to kind of see if it would change it in any major way. So once we load in, we'll be able to see. I don't think I've ever used this cinematic camera when playing a battle. I think it happened once by accident. But I do prefer the kind of the manual control. Okay. So, go. I imagine that might inflict more casualties early on. I'm not sure if it's going to make a huge difference though, because the elephants are attacking a phalanx formation. Yeah, it's not enough there. Okay. So that won't really have much bearing on the battle. So I'm going to try one last thing. Just to see if I can make it completely even Stevens. I don't think I'll be able to without a lot of trial and error. So let's change this to animals, T-Rex. Okay, so that's their initial. Reduce that to 200. Actually, no, let's just change that to 150. I think any more than 150. I think that they're going to really pack a punch now because they're on their normal stats. So it might be too OP in this regard, but we'll give it a go. I think my work phone is going crazy with emails. When this goes live on Friday, I will be at work and just keeping up to date with everything. Where I've taken a couple of days off is going to be, oh gosh. Rightio, T-Rexes, off you plop. I imagine it's going to destroy their formation now because their attack is huge. Yeah, they're just ploughing on through. But I imagine their health will go down pretty quickly. No, it won't. Oh yeah, there's. I think the spearmen are. Oh my god, 1,500 damage. Yeah, so those elephants, full-on war elephants, causing absolute devastation amongst the Macedonian ranks. Have they even taken down many? Like, their health goes down. They're definitely not invincible. But you can take down several at a time. Golly gosh. Yeah, they've already lost. I don't see that the Spartans could win this. Huh. Yeah. Looks like that has made that too OP. Well, oh my gosh, yep, they defeated the cavalry and now they're just going around into the Spartan formation. Sorry, the elite Macedonians, I'm never going. It's just because they are actually Spartans. I'm having a lot of trouble getting used to it. Just calling something different than what they actually are. Spartan versus T-Rexes. It looks like the Spartans are getting their asses handed to them. And all across here. Well, actually, I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah, they can take out swaths of Spartans at a time. Look at that. It's like, bam. Yeah, you just take out just a heck of a lot. So I think this is definitely going to go away of the Persians and their T-Rex allies. Well, that's unfortunate. They might be able to hold out for a little while longer, but I think it's pretty clear with 18,000 Persians remaining. You know, the Spartans can hold for quite a while. So let's see. A lot of the Spartans have been killed. And there are still T-Rex attacking that flank. So we've changed history. I mean, these little fellas could hold out for a while. But yeah, they've still got... Oh, they're actually pushing forward. Huh. 200 remaining, and now they're taking down hundreds of Persians, but yeah, this is not going to be enough. Well, that's another scenario on Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator complete. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave your suggestions below for future ones, and until next time everyone, I bid you a very, very good day!